But my mother is selfish. You say, oh, well, her illness makes her that way. I don't care. It's more reason than ever for me to walk away. I told her I'd already talked to Tabitha. And yeah, I woke my mother up, but not right then when I was talking to Tabitha. It was later, because I don't know what's going on here, and I don't trust anything. I want to get the fuck out of here. And my mom, I'd left my clothes on the dining room table, but she had to hang them up in her closet and make me search for them. If she hadn't done that, I wouldn't have woken her up. It's her own damn fault. But she goes, and I said, don't call Tabitha now. She's in bed. And you can wait till tomorrow. No, she goes and calls her and wakes her up. She goes and calls her and wakes her up. That's selfishness. And she got mad at me before she called Tabitha. I was saying something. I don't know what I was saying. Some kind of connotation, but I said, well, you're mentally ill. Don't call me mentally ill. I'm not mentally. Yes, you are. I take medication. No. You've been mentally ill for 35 years. You're not going to sit there and say your bullshit fucking lawyer is going to have a chat with supposedly, his client's who she's fighting's husband, and say the lawyer says you shouldn't be my healthcare proxy because you're mentally disturbed or something, or you have emotional problems, and you're going to try to say you're not mentally ill because you take meds. You were taking your meds in the summer that the aunt who died of pancreatic cancer died, and you wound up in the mental hospital. You were taking your meds recently when it was just probably the worst, or the second worst, probably the worst breakdown I ever saw you have, and you were taking your meds. This is not going to go over well. She's going to have control over all of her money. She's going to, make my uncle her whatever. It's just bullshit. Such bullshit. I just need to walk away. I need to walk away. I don't believe... My mother told me that yesterday. Today we're going to make a new will and put the house in a living trust. His lawyer doesn't care about that. He's probably going to put that in the back burner and not even do it. Who knows what Marion has up her sleeve? And then he's not even going to draw up a will. A lawyer should draw up a will. He's like, oh, you can get one in the mail from the government. That's bullshit, too. I don't trust this fucking lawyer as far as I can throw him. Of course, my mother went and lied to my cousin. Oh, no, he didn't say that. He's only going to talk to, Marion's husband if she won't relinquish blah, 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 whatever, the deeds, Marion's not an idiot. Marion's not just going to sit, you know what I mean? She has more tricks up her sleeve than you can imagine. My mom's like, I'm not afraid of her. Yeah, well, I am. And I don't want to be here if she shows up here. Because it's awfully weird that my cousin chose to call her sister, the other cousin chose to call her sister at 11 o'clock at night and say, I hope you're not still going to visit to Massachusetts, just, flying to Massachusetts to visit Samantha, I don't like any of it. I need to make sure I let Tabitha know that my mother embellishes, my mother, to her own best interest, will leave an outright lie. I know damn, she said to me he's going to talk to David, insert the name of Marion, says he's going to talk to him. Not he's going to talk to him if Marion doesn't really... No, he said he's going to have a little talk with him. He knows him. Yeah. Don't worry, he doesn't like him. He can say anything to you, Mom. He can say anything to you. I was like, what, were you listening to my call? Yeah, I was. Because I heard you all the way out in the living room. And I knew who you had to be calling at 3:30 in the morning. And I told you not to do it. But you just do whatever the fuck you want. My mom's on her high horse because everything she should have done years ago, She said that power of attorney is not worth the paper it was printed on. Or what? No shit. I was telling you that for years, Mom. Marion waved that thing around like it was a holy grail. Marion smeared my name left and right. And, you know, my mom never gave a shit. So you think I really care that it's all happening now? As far as I'm concerned, my mother should not be in control of her own money, period. She definitely should not be driving again, period. So I need to just walk away. She won't care. She's on her friggin' high horse. She sits there and says to me, don't call me mentally ill. Oh, but you're going to let your lawyer call me mentally ill. You've been, you know, I'm traumatized by my fucking bullshit family. Oh, and then she says to my cousin, oh, maybe so-and-so will listen to you. So-and-so's the worst of the bunch, Mom. So-and-so's the same one that in 2009 when I called her up and said Marion's after my mother's estate, talking to me like I'm 5 years old, I'm a fucking college honors graduate. No, Laura, Marion's not after your mother's estate. The same one who said to my mother the other day, wouldn't even listen to her, that Marion made the phony 911 call. Oh, Marion only had your best interest at heart. She's going to tell my cousin coming out of state. Oh, maybe she'll listen to you. The other two are more likely to listen than this one is. She's the worst of the bunch. She's the one the dead aunt said was the least deep of her 3 children. Okay? And my mom's going to say, oh, maybe she'll listen to you. Nobody in this family, all they're going to do when my cousin, if they do talk to my cousin, they're just going to smear my name left and right. Nobody cares about the truth. I told my cousin who's coming, I had my mom tell her, email me and I'll send you the truth if you want to read it. I haven't received an email from her. So she's not going to know the background, and my mom doesn't know shit. My mom can't even comprehend the shit this family has done to me. And, you know, I shouldn't even see my cousin because I'm not going to be forced to defend myself. This is just bullshit, you know. You want to know the background, you have to know the whole background. You can't just listen to our cousins parrot what Marion has told them. You know? Done with this shit. My mother can take her $106,000 and shove it up her ass. I don't trust the lawyer. I don't anyone. He knows Marion's husband. That's a conflict of interest. It's not good. My mother needs a lawyer that doesn't know the people that my mother's fighting, you know? This is supposed to be a lawsuit. It's not supposed to be, oh, I'll have a little talk with Marion's husband if she won't play nice or whatnot. It's bullshit. Bullshit. My mom can't even remember. I said, Mom, Marion specifically said in the letter, the note she left Thursday morning, we didn't mail that letter to Tabitha till Monday afternoon. It didn't get there. She even told you it hadn't got there. Yet specifically in that letter, Marion said, you know, you can spend all your money, you know, because ever since Laura found out about it, she's turned you evil, Samantha, even to the point where you write to our niece and say, you wish I had died instead of our other sisters. Marion's not God. Marion's not omniscient, okay? My mother either read, even though Tabitha hadn't got it yet, my other mother either read that letter to Tabitha before Tabitha had received it, or Marion knows about my YouTube channel. It's one or the other. Marion's not God. She couldn't use that exact wording that my mother put in that letter unless Marion knows about my YouTube channel or my mother read that letter to somebody who talked to Marion. I mean, come on. That's just, Marion's not God. Marion's not omniscient. She couldn't know otherwise. So it's quite possible she knows about this channel. I don't fucking care. She can go fuck herself. I just can't imagine she would have known and kept her knowing hidden. Plus, I have 4,500. You know what I mean? Even if I mean, it'd be impossible. She has to work full time. She couldn't be watching the videos. She wouldn't know which videos. You know what I mean? So, who cares? It'd be impossible for her even to watch all the videos. If she stumbled across my channel, there's too many fucking videos. And a lot of them are long. A lot of them are a half hour or more. My mom just doesn't remember anything. She probably did read that letter to someone, to the cousin. She didn't talk to Marion. She had to have. Marion's not omniscient. She used that exact wording that you have in the letter that my cousin hadn't received yet. Because she said she hadn't received it, number one. And number two, it wouldn't get there in time. You know what I mean? If it went out Monday afternoon, it wouldn't get there in time. It takes at least 3 days. Got no sleep. What else is new? I thought you'd have to wake me up. Yeah, at least I let you sleep an hour and a half longer, Mom. I wouldn't have woken you up at all. You had my clothes. She hangs my clothes up in her closet instead of my closet. It's empty. And she has them all mixed up with her clothes. Does that make sense? Why not just leave them on the dining room table? Or hang them up in my closet. No, you mix them all up in your clothes. They weren't even dry. They were still damp. Well, I put them outside and then I took them in and hung them in. Yeah. And I told you I wanted those capris back, and they weren't washed or whatever. You just take my stuff. You had those. I found those in your closet. I wouldn't even know you had them. Gonna pull anything over on me, Mom? How dare you? You've fucking been mentally ill for 35 years, and you're gonna sit there. The lawyer says you shouldn't be my healthcare proxy because you have mental problems. Like my mother's just perfectly fine and blah, 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 whatever. Marion's been waving around that power of attorney all these years, and it's not worth the paper it's printed on, but I told my mom that. It's all bullshit. I've told you guys that. I've been saying this out here for years, that it was bullshit, illegal, or not kosher, or whatnot. But she had complete, utter power over my mother because of that damn thing. It's all bullshit. The saddest thing of all, the only reason this even is coming to an head, believe me, it never would have. Never would have. It never would have changed. And that's another thing that enrages me. If my aunt hadn't died last summer, then it still would have been the same thing. My mother I don't want to upset the family and blah, 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 whatever. Miriam would have won. And my mother would have never, ever, ever fought this. She wouldn't want the family to turn against her. She wouldn't have given a fuck. Throw me to the wolves. So what the fuck do I care that finally, after all these years, she's doing this? She's still fucking me over. The lawyer says you shouldn't be my power of attorney because you have mental problems. Fuck you. I don't want to be your healthcare. I don't want to be your healthcare proxy. She can make everyone else in the fucking family. They live out of state. They're not even around here. I'm the one that's loved her the most, and I'm the one that she's just fucked over. Had that aunt not died last summer, this wouldn't be happening. I'd still be saying all this crap that I said for years. My mother never would have said boo to Marion. My mother would have never fought this, and it just would have been how it was till my mother died. So what the fuck do I care that she's finally doing this? Finally. Finally. It's a year after the aunt died. She didn't even do it right after the aunt died. You know what I mean? It's a whole fucking year. I'm done walking away. And I have a key, too. Just come back here when I know she's not home and get Omar. And I'm not even going to tell her where I'm fucking living.